Hey YouTube. So number 10 of my most influential albums. I bought this one purely because I liked the cover, and I believe it was 50 pence. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've written in it when I bought it. 50 pence, 18,397, and I did not expect it to be what it was. I was vaguely aware of the band, but it didn't really strike me. But Cosmo's Factory by Creedence Clearwater Revival is amazing. I really fell over when I put it on. It's like almost immediately. It's got I had actually heard their version of Heard It Through the Grapevine before. On my pal Robert used to have I think it was a Creedence Greatest Hits, and I wasn't really that aware of it. But it didn't have the full. Oh, it's got times on it. Good. The full 11 minutes and 5 seconds of Heard It Through the Grapevine, which is just epic in every way. I'd imagine that's probably the studio they recorded it in. For me, it was like the guy on the racer was just. It's just really silly. It's got quite cool pictures in the back as well. This is another one of your textured sleeve ones. So this was the first Creedence album I got, and I think I don't know whether that's why I think it's the best one, but I mean, Ramble Tamble, Before You Accuse Me, Travelling Band, Doobie Doobie, Looking Out My Back Door, Run Through the Jungle, Up Around the Bend, My Baby Left Me, Who'll Stop the Rain, I could Hear It Through the Grapevine, Long As I Can See the Light. Yeah, I mean, it's all dynamite, absolutely. And Creedence Clearwater are one of those ones that kind of like the Doors as well, but even more so. They had like 7 albums in 3 years, and it's like every one of them was gold. You know, every one of them was had number 1 hits on it, and that's like this is like the second one he did in 1968, 69. I think this one would be 1970. So there you go. I always thought this was the second last one, but I think it's the last one. Although they did do another one where John Fogerty, who's one of my heroes, wrote and sang and played all the guitar in all the songs, like all the lead guitar and stuff is amazing. And after that, the band, the other 3 guys were complaining that they never got to write their songs and all that. So he went, okay, we'll do a song where we all write, 2 songs each or something like that. And that album, which is called Pendulum, I think, has got 2 good songs on it. That'd be the ones that he wrote, and then the other 6 songs are like, it's not Creedence Clearwater Revival, it's got to be John Fogerty doing it. And I think the speed that these were churned out at, they're sort of, it's amazing how the Creedence songs are like, it's such obvious easy chords. Do you know what I mean? It's just like F F G F F G F F G A D D D D A, and it's all open chords, da da da, but it's so rocking and so amazing to play and amazingly to sing along to, and so catchy and so pop, but still being, proper rock and roll. It's amazing. This has got sort of some quite extended bits on it. What's the one I'm thinking of? Ramble Tamble's got like a sort of crazy time change in it, and it's got like a mad solo at the end. They've all got amazing solos in them. But I mean, it's like Run Through the Jungle and Up Around the Bend and Who'll Stop the Rain, As Long As I Can See the Light are all in films. You know what I mean? Any Vietnam film, you always seem to have Creedence Clearwater in it, because they must have been just on the radio. I mean, obviously these are radio songs, apart from Heard It Through the Grapevine at 11 minutes set. There was obviously a single edit of that, and Ramble Tamble at 7 minutes at the start. So they're the sort of 2 long, drawn out, jammy ones, and all the rest are like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. It's like what a record though. I've seen John Fogerty a couple of times, and he's brilliant. He's also got ridiculous hair in this one. I'm thinking that looks like a motorbike helmet or something like that. But so this is kind of, I'm ending some of the crazier albums I've got. I'm ending on one that's just like basically, I don't think there's really anyone in the world who can't think this is amazing if you've heard it. I mean, I don't really think it matters. I mean, if someone like the baby metal, I can totally understand. My pal G absolutely hates baby metal, and it's like, but he likes Oasis or Noel Gallagher. And I reckon that there is absolutely 0% people in the world who like baby metal and Oasis. It's not possible to like the 2 things. It just can't be done. You know what I mean? You can like baby metal and Creedence Clearwater, or Oasis and Creedence Clearwater, but you can't like baby metal, and it doesn't work. They're 2 diametrically, mutually exclusive things. But this one. So if you've even heard one Creedence song, you know, Bad Moon Rising or whatever. And you think, oh, that's quite a good song. Check this out. Album's awesome. I'd imagine these things are all on YouTube as well. I mean, like Spotify or whatever. Back in the day, you used to have to go and find these records. You know what I mean? I didn't have. A lot of these things were just bought. I mean, as I said, I bought this in the Record Fair, which is a wee shop which is still there. Go to Record Fair if you're in Glasgow. It's at just beside the Tron Theatre. It's like two halves. You go in the front half and it's all records, and then the back half is like hundreds of band T-shirts, and then it sells like bongs and pipes and that sort of thing. I think that's how he kind of keeps himself going. But lovely guy who looks. The owner looks very like John Deacon does from Queen. I told him that actually. I thought it was hilarious. But lovely guy, and the Record Fair was never that expensive a shop. It's like, you know, he never really had. He just put 50 pence for that is ridiculous. Okay, you're not going to find that again. But he doesn't put records. He doesn't have very many records at more than like a fiver. And it's like I've bought 1,000 records in his shop. So shout out to him. I don't know what his name is, but that's a cool shop. It's well worthy of a go if you're in the mood for spending. I don't know if they still got. They used to have records on the floor, like where I got this one. They were just all cheap ones where if he didn't like it, or if he didn't think I'd love it, I just looked at it and went, nah. You know. But so it was in the 50 pence section. But I've bought so many records in there, and as I said back in the day, CDs weren't really an option because CDs were a tenner or something. You know, you go to HMV and it'd be like a tenner for CD, so I could buy a CD. So you'd only buy things that you knew were good, and you didn't have YouTube where you could look up, see what bands were like. You had to just go, oh, I'll just have to buy it and see what happens. Whereas when you're buying, I was just looking through these and just going, that's a cool cover, I'll have that, 50 pence. You know what I mean? I probably bought 10 records when I bought this at the same time. You know, maybe spent, you know, 7 or 8 quid when I should have been, you know, between classes at uni. And I bought some shite, let's be honest, but I mean, sometimes you would get ones that were just absolutely joyous, and I ended up buying all the Creedence Clearwater albums. And the first one is maybe an 8 out of 10, but the second one, is it Bayou Country? Oh, I'll try to run through them now. I can't even remember what they're called. Bayou Country, Green River, Willie and the Poor Boys, this one. I think there might be another 2. They're all brilliant up till this one. They're all absolutely brilliant and just like not got a bad track on them, apart from the first one, which has got like one slow song, which isn't that good. But all the rest are just like everyone else's greatest hits. So hope you enjoyed my video session for things. There's a few that didn't quite make it in. This one very nearly did. It's the best AC/DC album, but it's got to be the UK version, which starts off with Give Me a Bullet, and it's got Cold Hearted Man on it. The other one, the one you get in CD, starts with Riff Raff, and for some reason it just doesn't flow the same way because the songs are in a slightly different order. So I might have to. I don't really need to do that one now. But so thumbs up if you enjoyed this. I've not done anything. It's just kind of weird doing a video and I'm not actually playing the guitar or showing anything off. I'd actually only decided to do this while I decided what I would do when I was setting up these records. Was rather than my pal Craig, as I talk back, which is probably 10 days ago you watched the video for, if you watched all these things in order, but it was only an hour ago for me or whatever it was. He just put like a picture of the album up, and I was like, no, I'm going to go one better. I'm going to take a photo of the actual record. So I went up the attic, looked out all the records, eventually found them, took them outside to take photos of them, which you'll see with the thing on Facebook. And then while I was doing that, I was thinking, I'm going to write a bit about each one. You know, it's like do an explanation. I thought, no, I'll go one better and do a video for each one. So that was really it. So interesting, see if it works. I'd imagine if you got this far in it, you probably watched all of them. Don't know. And listen to them all. Give them all a shot, even if you think that sounds terrible. Well, I don't mean it sounds terrible when you actually. The idea sounds terrible. There's no way I'll like Switched On Back or Switched On Back's a bad example because that's the one you're not going to be able to find anywhere. You've probably heard. You've seen what Clockwork Orange though, and all this sort of Moog synthesizer doing the Beethoven. That's Walter Carlos. So it all sounds like that basically. Rock and roll.